I had the chance to play an incredible course for only $90. All I had to do was sell my soul. Play at 1140 in Phoenix, Arizona in the summer for a cool 105 degrees. But when you see these views, it'll be worth it. It was worth it. This channel is typically more about golf tech, my golf simulator, launch monitors, but we all want to get better at golf, so that's what my ultimate goal is. But playing a hard course while making swing changes and recording your round. Recording the round is so hard outside, and so I recorded just the front nine. I'm going to talk to you a little bit through my process, my shot making, and I would love to continue making outdoor content for you. Maybe figuring out a permanent solution for filming instead of me doing it all myself. So just show the video some love if you're interested. And if you're not, tell me why so I can improve, because I would love to do more of these videos. Thank you, and enjoy. I'm undecided as to whether or not I'm going to record today. Alright, last two putts before we go out to the course. I should be warmed up. Alright, so strap in because this course is incredible looking, and the first hole is extremely daunting. Definitely the wrong play here, but I went for the skinniest part of the fairway.
Never mind, it's perfect.
Going into this shot, I was prepared to hit a breakfast ball, so I asked my playing partner for my 3-wood, but thankfully I did not need it, and I had no idea until I got up here. And one thing you're going to notice right away is there are no bailouts on this course.
That's a win.
I kind of went for the safe play here though, aimed a little bit right of the flag, 135 yards into a pretty strong wind, so I hit a pitching wedge.
Whoa.
And I thought it was going to be great, but to my surprise, we were 20 yards past. A little bit over the green here on a downhill lie. And 2 months ago, I just got done playing in a week-long tournament on 12 stimp, fast, hard greens. So needless to say, I came up short quite a bit. Left myself about a 10-footer downhill, breaking a little bit for par. Couldn't quite get it to drop, but that's okay. A lot of great rounds have started with a bogey. Stepping up to this number 2 tee box, I felt completely lost on this course, especially having no idea with what the wind was doing. This is not a course you want to play for the first time and try to play it well. This was playing about 166 as far as what I calculated, and
That looks good too.
it ended up being a pretty good shot, just a little bit past the flag, and I'll take it. This was a pretty good birdie chance still.
You wanted it? Yeah.
I'll take a par here. So this is one of those courses where it's really helpful to know your dispersions, to know exactly how far you hit a club, because I felt really comfortable here with 3-wood, and I could hardly see anything off the tee.
Nice. Thank you. 3-wood, huh? Yeah, because I can hit this thing like 270.
So we got an elevated pin here on number 3, bunker protected, pin's kind of in the front. And you'll notice a trend here, pretty much starting with this iron, but part of my swing changes to eliminate some unnecessary movement caused me to hit it heavy a few times today. Now, it's just difficult to trust changes out on the course. I've been doing them great in the simulator, catching on really quickly, but when it comes to playing golf, it's just a whole different animal. So we're pitching once again. Left myself in a pretty good spot though. Wasn't too difficult, but I gave it a lot of respect and came up way short. So about a 15-foot par try here. Just not a position you want to be in. So this next tee shot, and gorgeous hole, again, by the way. I realized that by taking it around the dog leg, or at least starting it there and playing from the fade, was going to give me the best chance at hitting this fairway, and so driver was actually the smartest play. And one thing you got to understand about desert golf is they call it target golf because you have to place every shot. Tee shot, approach shots, they're all just as important. So with this fantastic tee shot, I'm left with another pitching wedge in hand. Not a difficult shot by any means, but this is just one of those where I realize now that I reverted back to my old swing instead of what I've been working on, which is so easy to do once you're out on the course and feel any bit of pressure. So I fell onto my toes, threw the arms out a little over the top, and pulled it, and once again we're chipping. This chip isn't as bad as it looks. It did have a lot of bite to it, but you can't see it from the camera angle. But at this point, I'm just realizing that if something doesn't start to drop, this is going to be a pretty bad day.
Oh, nice.
All right, so good confidence booster there with that putt, and we're moving on to a ridiculous par 5. This is long, and I had no idea where to aim. I kept looking at the GPS on the cart, trying to figure it out. So this might look like I yanked the heck out of it, but that was honestly the play, especially if you have no idea where you're going. And so unfortunately with that leave, I had to lay up, make this a 3-shot hole, but we're going to try and go as far right as possible to give myself the best angle into the green. And I had 185 to that trap on the right, so I knew that if I hit my 8-iron as hard as I could, I still wouldn't hit that trap, so that was the perfect play.
Yeah.
So we're hitting straight into these boulders now. This is a really cool green. 114 yards, went with a sand wedge, had a little bit of wind. And even still, with this club in hand, I'm thinking I should never be more than 15 feet from the hole.
Pretty good. It's on, but...
So I wasn't super happy because I just barely missed this ridge. There were a couple really good pins out here on some ridges, but this was super cool. And I'm really happy to be able to share this experience with you all, but to be honest, I was really wanting to take in these views. So just over 20 feet here from the bottom of the hill for birdie.
Get in there.
Can't really expect to get a 1-putt there, so I'm happy with par. This next hole is basically right underneath the signature boulder at the Boulders. At night they shoot some lights up at it, cast, their logo on it. It's pretty cool. Kind of a tricky little tee shot, big risk if I want to take it far right towards the green, so I kind of bailed out a little bit and also missed it a little bit left. But that's why we track all of our numbers, and I was confident here that this would still be in play even if I missed it like that. So it's hard hitting a lot of shots that I feel were really good and still being over par. Kind of struggling a little bit. But I had another pretty good shot here. Only had 98 yards, which should be a full 58-degree lob wedge.
Yeah, wind's got it.
But the wind did get it. Just a loss of focus, which can happen. I mean, it was so hot out there, and like I say, recording is just so difficult. I'm always worried about where the camera is, camera placement. Had to hit a second shot here because I was not happy with that one. And the second guy is always better, of course, but I still wanted to try to make this par. Just couldn't get it to drop. So it's tough because I don't feel like I'm playing bad, keeping the ball in play, which is so important out here. But got a lot of great things to take from the round so far. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery. Having a good day still. Got 166 here, wind off the right, maybe hurting a touch, so this should be a perfect full 9-iron. And I tried really hard to commit to these swing changes. And actually felt so good off the face.
Get in that wind.
Came up a little bit short due to this ridge, but I'm starting to really get the feel for the shots and the shot distances. So I know the game's going to get better. Give you a little POV here of recording with my meta glasses. These things are awesome, and I'm going to use them a little bit towards the end of the round. I didn't talk about this earlier, but it was so hot out that after every single shot, I was putting my phone in the cooler to try and cool it down because it's that hot in the sun. Call this a loss of focus, maybe some incoming heat stroke, I don't know, but this was embarrassingly short. And that's why we line up our putts. And after a miss like that, I was probably going to pull driver no matter what the hole looked like, but this was wide open, been driving the ball well, hitting that cut pretty well, just a little baby cut, so that's what we aim to do here.
That tee flew straight back at me, almost hit me right in the mouth.
I heard it.
It was
Kind of a weird tight lie here, and this was probably the worst grass on the entire course. Not too difficult though, had 8 iron in hand from 166, a little bit into the wind. And this was just the worst iron swing of the day. Just short, right, nothing good about it, and I barely cleared this little wash. Didn't give this one a whole lot of thought. I don't know how far it was, but it was far, like 40 yards. Still hit it heavy.
Come on.
Came up a little short. Didn't record this, but it was a 2-putt bogey. And at this point, it was just so hot, and yeah, I was done with the recording. But hole 9, this tee shot was so crucial. I had to try and split these bunkers if I didn't want to leave too far in, and I don't think driver was going to clear them. So 3-wood was the play here, and this gave me an immense amount of confidence going into the back 9. I practiced this club. I know my dispersions. I know my exact carry numbers. That felt so good and executed very well.
My phone won't stop overheating, so this is going to be the last hole. We'll finish up this 9-hole video so I can hopefully focus up and not shoot 80. Oh, it's so heavy.
Yeah, I came up about 35 yards short.
The course is absolutely beautiful, but recording is definitely taken away from my day. Oh, sit. Wow.
So that's a 3-putt to finish up my worst 9 in I don't know how long. So got a quick little reset here at the halfway point and decided just to focus up and not record. And I honestly don't even want to share my back 9 score because it's going to sound impossible after the first 9. But 211 yard par 3, and this was the approach a couple holes later. 5 iron, rolled about 1.5 feet past the flag. Then this a couple holes later for another birdie.
Well, golf is a ridiculous game. After that front 9, I just YOLO'd it and went for the green here at 238 yards. And we're putting for eagle on 18. Par with a couple of birdies. Sounds about right. But what I will say is recording on the course is very difficult. It takes a lot of focus.
Let me know what you guys think of these POV shots. If I should mix these in around the greens. Might help me speed up play and actually be able to record around the greens a little bit more. I just have to get used to it.
Go. I'll take that.
So after missing a couple of these, I actually lined this one up. Had about 4 feet left for birdie on 18. And that's it for Desert Golf here at the Boulders. Thanks for watching, everyone.